Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm covering the lure that gets bit in the worst of times, right? When it's hot out, when the bite is struggling, this bait gets bit. It's the Ned Rig, and I'm going to teach you in this video not only the terminal tackle and the lures, but the best way to catch more bass with the Ned Rig. Yes, there are certain retrieves that you can do that will help you catch more bass. I'm covering all that today, so let's get into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. All right, so breaking down the setup for the Ned Rig. This is it, the usual finesse setup. We're going 7-foot medium, 10-pound braid, 6 or 8-pound fluorocarbon leader on that. Once again, if you don't know how to tie a leader line up, I have a double uni knot tutorial video. I'll put the card right up here so you can look at how to do that. Sometimes if I'm fishing for smallmouth and they may not be as big or they're not in grass areas or fishing more rocky areas, I will go with the medium light setup. Casting distance is great for the Ned Rig on that for light setups, and the fight on the medium light rod is a lot of fun when you're fishing with smallmouth bass. So I might go medium light, but once again, this will do the trick. A regular finesse setup. All right. Now let's look at the terminal tackle for this bad boy. I'm looking at Finesse Shrooms jig head. Looks like this Finesse Shrooms jig head. I will go with the 1/15 ounce as like a baseline. If fish are really finicky, I want to slow a fall. The fall is really important with the Ned Rig, and I'll cover that a little bit later. But the fall is really important. So if I want a slower fall, I'll go with the 1/20 ounce. If I'm in a bigger body of water, fishing it in some deeper water, 10, 12, 20 feet. Well, I don't really fish 20 feet. That's a lot. That's a large fish for a Ned Rig. But I would go with the 1/10 or 1/8 ounce. If I'm fishing bigger bodies of water, fishing a little bit deeper than off the bank. But from the bank, 1/15 ounce will do great for you for Ned Shrooms jig head. A couple other hooks that you can use. I use these Ned Locks, right? These Ned Locks EWG hooks. This also comes from Z-Man. This is great when I'm fishing with my kids, especially. They get hung up a lot, so this helps me get like a weedless presentation. Helps me like Texas rig it, so they can throw it into laydowns. They can throw it around weeds. It doesn't get hung up as much. It definitely gets hung up, but not as much with the Ned Locks EWG hooks. Okay, I don't have it on me, but there is a version of these Finesse Shrooms hooks that have the weed guards on it, so the 2-wire weed guards are on it. That does help it become a little bit more weedless. But like I said, I will either go open hook or I'll go Texas rig with my terminal tackle on the Ned Rig. All right. So when it comes to fishing the Ned Rig, you can't talk about lures without talking about the Finesse TRD. They put Ned Rig on the map. These are excellent. I'm gonna talk about this color right here, New Money. New Money saved my day earlier this week. I was fishing out on Juneteenth, and New Money saved the day for me. So this is a great color, Finesse TRD. Also do yoga pants, chartreuse, copper truce right here is another great color. Yoga pants, and it depends on the body of water. There are so many Ned Rig colors in the Finesse TRD. So it depends on your fishery. Smelt is another great color sometimes that I use that kind of mimics that shad presentation. So those are all great colors. When the bite gets tough on the Ned Rig and I want to switch it up, I will use this brownback Berkley Flatworm. This has done work for me in the last 2 years. My brother-in-law put me onto it. Great presentation for like a little shad presentation or something coming down the water. It is excellent. It catches bass. I've caught a bunch of bass on this my last trip as well. Big ones, small ones on this version of the Berkley Flatworm. Okay, this just came out. This is the TRD Fatties. If you fish this or if you've seen it around, whether it's Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods, let me know if you fished this. Let me know how it worked for you. I'm interested. I haven't fished it yet. I'm interested to see what this does in the water. I'm gonna try and fish it either next week or the week after. I got a couple of trips coming up. I'm gonna try and take this out for a spin. But let me know if in the comments if you fish this Fatties or what you think about it. All right. So those are the lures that I use. Pretty simple. I keep it simple with my lures when it comes to the Ned Rig. Now let's talk about how to fish it. That's why you came here, to figure out how to fish this to catch more bass. You've probably heard the ways of most people, and they do catch bass, right? If I throw it out there for a minute and I let it sit, let it sit, a bass may bite that, right? They like that presentation sometimes, especially coming to the hotter months. They want that slow, quick bite that doesn't take a lot of work. That's okay, all right? So that's a good presentation. You also heard about that drag presentation, right? Where you kind of just drag along the bottom. That's another good presentation. That does work. That does catch bass. My kids might do that when they want to start to reel something in. I have to reel it in slowly. That's fine. That does catch bass. The key to the Ned Rig and the thing that catches bass the most, and the way it catches the most bass, is on the fall. That's why I talked about that weight being so important. That 15th ounce, that 1/20th ounce, those allow the fall to be sustained and slow, and that's when bass bite it the most. So when you retrieve it, the key to it is initiating that fall as many times as possible and as profound as possible to catch those bass. So one way I do it is I'll throw it out there, I'll let it hit the bottom. I know it hits the bottom when that line slacks, right? The line kind of stays and it kind of bends. That is how I know that the lure has hit the bottom. So now what I will do is I'll do one or two things. I'll just pop it, right? Give a nice little lift off the ground and let it fall back again. Right, it's a patient approach. Lift, let it fall, reel in that slack. Lift, let it fall and hit, and reel in that slack. That is initiating a fall each time I retrieve it, all right? Reproducing that fall. If I want a more drastic fall, what I'll do is I'll do the same thing, right? I'll let it fall at the bottom slack line. I'll give it a pop and I'll give it a couple reels to bring it towards me. What that does is it actually gets it up and it gets it over in the water column and higher in the water column and then fall. So it makes the fall a little more profound. You got to mix these retrieves up. Bass always want something different, so you have to find that pattern. But those are a couple extra options that help me catch more bass when I'm fishing with the Ned Rig. Listen, I hope this video was helpful to you. It's a quick breakdown of the Ned Rig. Fish that bad boy. There's been some connotation when I first got into fishing that only fishes it. It's cheap. No, it's not. It's a great way to catch bass. If you don't have a lot of time, you have an hour or two, throw a Ned Rig on. You'll catch some bass in that short time. So break the stigma, use that bad boy. It catches bass, so who cares? All my weekend warriors, hit that Ned Rig up, catch more bass this weekend, and have more fun. Hey, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.